to destroy. The next thing he speaks about there is bread. The average human being lives for bread, for food. So everything he's trying to do, the reason he's looking for higher salary is because he wants to eat. The reason he's looking for better job is because he wants to eat. The reason he wants to work himself till he dies. Some people are ready to work till they are 120 years old. They just want to keep working till they die. The matter is bread. And people now begin to do cunning things. So when you try to say, this thing is not of God, they will say, no, it's sharpness. You say the guy is a sharp guy. But the Bible says that bread is not to the wise. Because in this spiritual economy, even in a drought, it can send you a raven. When you begin to work with God, you begin to find out that you can be earning 6 million as salary. It won't be enough. The way you will move from month to month is by divine supply. I know now you are feeling, my salary is just 50,000. The day they pay me 100,000, God, say I can't get extra 50K. You don't know what 50K mean? Say extra 50K, we are not going to use do anything. God, at least 30K for the land. Meanwhile, the day they increase your salary, you will just suddenly find out that all your bread needs will grow to meet the 50K. Suddenly, the extra 50K will not be enough. Because money is not designed to satisfy. It's not designed to satisfy. The way it is designed is for continuous spending. The way men in this kingdom access bread is that they know how to maximize what? Grace. This is why the prophet in a drought, can you imagine? The prophet in a drought, he was receiving daily supply. Daily supply. God put him by a brook and he was drinking. You know, I need to deliver somebody. Maybe when I start teaching money parables, you will hear some strange testimonies I will share with you. I need to deliver somebody. You are not a slave to your salary. The way you are slaving, thinking that is where your breakthrough will come from. That's why you can't tithe. That's why you can't give. You are a slave to that salary. A slave. You are bound. Because you think that it is your wisdom. There's nothing wrong with prudence and financial management, as I will teach in money parables. But you see, men who have touched grace realize that beyond your wisdom, your planning, there's a higher plane. And it is where the grace of God begins to take charge of your needs. My wife will tell you, because of certain things that we did, 2 years now, I cannot boast that I have salary. 2 years. As they pay the salary, they deduct it at source. 2 years. But in these 2 years, I pay school fees for people. In these 2 years, I give radically. In these 2 years, there are things that I attempt. People will think I'm a madman. The reason my wife trusts me is because every time I tell her, God will come. He comes. He comes. Just at the point where it's going to look like, hey, pregede. Jesovia will just come like this. That's how it works. But you've not learned how to maximize that dimension of God that is at work in your spirit. So that's what we want to talk about tonight. He now said, riches is not to men of understanding, nor favor to men of skill, but time and chance happens to them all. So you see things here. There's a race, there's a battle, There is bread, there is riches, and there is favor. Are you seeing it? If you look at all these things carefully, that is what the mortal man thinks that he needs to survive. Are you here? So he feels that he needs to be fast on the race. He thinks he needs to be strong in battle. He thinks he needs to be wise and cunning to be able to feed his family. He thinks that he has to have understanding to be able to build wealth. And he thinks that he must have skill to be able to attract favor. But the preacher, in his conclusion, now found out that men who run like that, he now found out that, it's not the way the human mind sees it. According to him, it is time and chance that dictates it. It's not everybody who their uncle gave 500,000 in 1955 that ended up building a great empire of business. Between that time and now, some people, they gave them 10 million. They didn't become the richest men in Africa. Time and chance. I teach entrepreneurship. I used to teach entrepreneurship before I handed over the course. And I have studied a lot of the great people who succeeded in business. I listen to them talk. They will tell you all the principles, tell you everything, then they will now conclude that there is something called luck.